And good evening and welcome to another edition of Talking Wrestling. My name's Ralph Williams, along with Smokin' Jim Frazier by phone. Tonight we have a lot to talk about, including I have some bad news that some retirements in the WWE that came up all of a sudden here, and But anyway, I kind of expected the one retirement, but the other one I didn't expect. But we're going to go from there on that one. All right. Let's get started here tonight. We're in our DJ Fun studio. Smokin' Jim, it's great to have you on the program as always tonight. How are you?
I'm ready to go. Can't wait for this one.
All right. And let's talk about DJ Fun here at the DJ Fun studios. Call DJ Fun today, 412-545-4317, for all your party, wedding, and special event needs. And believe me, the prices are nowhere near what the other DJs are charging. So call today, 412-545-4317, parties, weddings, 15 years of experience in doing DJ work, DJ Fun, that's the man to call. Call now, don't delay, call today. All right, next, we're going to get into our other sponsors here, Hillcrest Farm, Richmond, Ohio. Don't forget grain, hay, beef. Package deals go from variety pack at $195, 4 pounds of burgers, 10 pounds of ground beef, 2 packs of filet mignon, 2 roasts, and 10 steaks. That is one heck of a bargain. Roast box, $200, 7 roasts. That means you can have 7 consecutive Sunday roasts with your family. 30 pounds of ground beef for $200. Ground beef box, $95, 20 pounds of ground beef. And I tell you what, man, that is one heck of a deal. You can call Hillcrest Farms today. Call them at 740-346-5442 or 740-632-2894 or on their email, hillcrestfarmsohio@gmail.com. And check out their website, www.hillcrestfarmsohio.com, and also on their Facebook page. Tell them you heard it on this program right here and on all of RW Media podcasts, and also on our national shows as well on Blog Talk Radio. Coming up June 20th, don't forget, Tuesday, 5 to 6 p.m. Mark it on your calendar. And Smokin' Jim, I know you're excited. I can't wait for June 20th. We go on Beaver County Radio with Sports Corner, everybody. The new voices of sports in this town. We're going to shake it up definitely starting June 20th on Beaver County Radio. Also, don't forget about our other sponsor, Draft 412. Get on their website today, Draft 412. Comprehensive reporting about the baseball draft, the hockey draft, the NBA draft, the NFL draft, the USFL draft, anything that's a draft that has anything to do with sports. Draft 412 has it all for you in comprehensive breakdown and everything. $9 a month, less than a cup of coffee a day. $9 a month, that's a big bargain. So make sure you get on the website, Draft 412, subscribe. Your monthly subscription's $9. You can't beat it. They might even have some specials for you as well. All right, Smokin' Jim, we're going to get into our segments here. First, we're going to start off with our wrestling news, and that's coming up. We're going to talk about Raw Monday night, which was an interesting Raw. We have our top 10s. And we have our Where Are They Now, so we have a lot to do tonight, Smokin' Jim. And we have a lot for you tonight as well. All right, wrestling news. Conan has announced that he needs a kidney transplant. That's pretty sad, Smokin' Jim. Conan was always a great wrestler and a good manager for LAX over the years and the Latino wrestling organizations and whatnot. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's sad, man. Hopefully we can get a match for a kidney real soon. But it probably definitely will affect his future, in the industry.
Yeah, I hope he does get a kidney transplant. He's a great guy, super duper. He was the one who was the presenter for Rey Mysterio because of his degenerate son. He was the presenter for his production, things like that. So, but also WWE NXT is going back to black and gold, Smokin' Jim. They're going to get rid of those funky colors that Vince McMahon decided to pull upon when Triple H was down with his health issues, and he decided to throw in them colorful colors and all that. Well, guess what? They're going back to black and gold real soon here. That's coming up as well. SummerSlam. the new champion versus the Universal Championship versus probably will still be Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns will go up against whoever the new champion is between AJ Styles and or Seth Rollins, which is coming up of Night of Champions, which is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, May 27th on Peacock, 8 p.m. start time, 7 o'clock for the pre-show. And we're going to find out how that goes. And there's a bunch of other stuff going on. You have Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. And you're probably going to have and the other champions are going to be wrestling. There's going to be a Ricochet one on Monday night to go up against Gunther at Night of Champions. Ricochet don't stand a chance. I wish somebody like Bronson Reed, anybody but Ricochet, because Smokin' Jim, I don't think he has a chance. What do you think?
I agree with you, man. Yeah, we just doesn't have a chance.
Yeah, Gunther's too tough, and he's riding real high right now with the Intercontinental belt, and I don't think they're going to strip it from him anytime soon. I don't see Ricochet getting it back. So,
well, who's going against Gunther?
Yeah, I heard Brock Lesnar was supposed to sometime soon too.
No, the next match, the guy that won when they throw everybody out of the ring, what is that called?
The Battle Royal. That was Ricochet. He won that.
No, he didn't win it. Ali won it.
Oh, Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, so that's going to be a slaughter. That's going to be a slaughter, man.
Yeah, I don't get the WWE on this one. Why would they even give Mustafa Ali any kind of opportunity? I mean,
it looked like the big boy was going to win it.
Yeah, big Bronson Reed. Yeah,
it looked like he was going, and that would have been a good match.
Absolutely.
And Bronson not even won the championship, but he got knocked out. But I can't believe Lee will be fighting. He's going to get slapped to death.
Terrible. Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? I'll take Gunther in that one. I can't stand Mustafa Ali anyway. He's a crybaby. All he does is moan and groan about stuff. But you know what, Smokin' Jim, you got to have a crybaby here and there in the WWE. You know how that works. So, so also at Survivor Series, they're going to go back to the War Games format once again. It's going to be the new champ versus the Universal Champs teams. The new champ will put a team together. The Universal Champion will put a team together. And we're going to see where that goes. But that's the War Games there. All right. Anyway, Drew McIntyre has walked out because of the creative differences. He is no longer with the WWE, will no longer be part of their programming or anything. Rumor has it he may be going to AEW, is back as Drew Galloway, which was the name he had when he's not in the WWE. When he was in Impact, he had in TNA or whatever, he had the name Drew Galloway, won some championships there. We're going to find out what happens with him down the road as that goes. But that's sad to hear about that. All right, everybody, as Bad News Barrett used to say, I got some bad news. Well, it turns out John Cena has officially retired from wrestling. He says he's done. He's no longer going to be wrestling anymore. He says he has no reason to wrestle. He has no more to prove. I know he was trying to beat out Ric Flair or beat out, and get more championships under his belt or whatever, try to beat that record, and he still hasn't been able to do it. He's tied him, but he hasn't been able to do it. So he said, I just can't do it. My schedule's not there. My body's taking a beating, and he said, I'm just not going to do it no more. What do you think about this with John Cena?
I'll tell you what, man, what a great career.
Oh, yeah.
The guy put the work in the weight room and always came in shape. And, it's great that he was able to move on, and he's a very successful movie career. So we won't see the last of him. We just got to watch him on the silver screen, brother. And
some other bad news here. Is that Randy Orton, his father, Cowboy Bob Orton, was recently on a Twitter, and he said on a Twitter, and he was on a couple of podcast shows, and he was asked what's going on with Randy, and he said Randy has to retire. His doctors are advising him to retire, and his body just isn't there now. He had spinal fusion surgery. It's just not going to work for him. And we still don't know when Big E is coming back, from that neck injury that he had. He's working with the WWE doing coaching right now in NXT and down the Performance Center. So, we still don't know when he's coming back either. What's your thoughts, Smokin' Jim, on the great career of Randy Orton?
Oh man, what a awesome career he had, man. I don't know how these guys can wrestle as long as they do. They put their body through a lot, man. It's a lot of punishment. He was able to be out the time for a long while, man. But I'm not surprised it came to an end. It's too bad he couldn't squeeze out another couple of years because the fans were still behind him.
Absolutely. So Brock Lesnar is being punished for breaking the rules. He was not supposed to slam Cody Rhodes around on the episode a few weeks back. WWE is slapping him with a fine, and they're also going to be punishing him for that as well. He wasn't supposed to go off track with that. Charlotte Flair frustrated with the WWE because she's angry because of the way that creative had her doing some things. She said she's not coming back until WWE creative gets it together and gets her in the right creative position. What do you think of this?
She's big time, man. She can wait. You want to be able to be in a perfect situation for yourself and for your character and for your role, and have access to the belt. So she earned the right. She has her own brand. She has the money to wait it out until they can write her in to a role that she can accept. So yeah, I have no problem with that. I definitely understand that.
Okay, let's some more potential bad news as well with the WWE. Seth Rollins is supposedly going to be leaving the WWE once again, just like a few other folks down in Hollywood during WrestleMania. Spoke with some producers and some directors down there. Well, right now there's the writer's strike. I don't think anything's going to be going on, but Seth Rollins supposedly is supposedly going to be casting in some movies and some Disney stuff and doing some sequels, and maybe leaving. I did hear a rumor that either Seth or Becky, one of the two of them, is going to step away from wrestling to take care of their kid. And also they're both burned out from the travel and they want to spend a little more time with their kid. What do you think of this, Smokin' Jim?
Seth ain't going nowhere, neither is the man. So,
right.
I just think that, wherever that rumor came from, I think they can flush that one.
All right, well, here's a good one for you here. Night of Champions. Roman Reigns could fight twice. And here's what I'm talking about. He has the tag team match was what we saw on Monday. He inserted himself in Solo Sikoa against Owens and Zayn. Now, there's rumors going around that the WWE is going to make him wrestle a second match. They're going to try to have a number one contenders battle royal coming up either on Raw this coming week or SmackDown. And if that happens and somebody wins that, there could be a championship match. So Roman Reigns could fight twice. That's a rumor going around. We're going to see if that happens. Also, what's your thoughts on this match here, this tag team match, and the Usos kind of getting cut out? Do you think it's a setup? Do you think that the Usos really are getting cut out and they might screw Roman at Night of Champions? What do you think is going to happen?
No, I don't think they do that. I think Roman and Solo got a chance to win the title.
Yeah, and there's another rumor going around that I found out about, and that is that Sami Zayn, if they do lose the belts at Night of Champions, could screw over Kevin Owens again. I'm hearing that story because, frustration set in. Also, Kevin Owens not happy because in real life, Sami Zayn is friends with the Usos. Anyway, I mean, you know how this whole thing goes down. You could be enemies in the ring, and then in the back room you're playing cards, together. So I mean, it could be anything. It's all about competition and whatnot. And how the WWE sets everything up. So that's what I hear. Kevin Owens is frustrated with Sami Zayn about because Kevin Owens don't get along with too many people, and he kind of does his own thing in most cases, but. that's what's going on there. And that's WWE news. AEW has sold 50,000 seat tickets for Wembley Stadium for their all-out pay-per-view coming up. It's going to be the very first time AEW has gone across the United States. They're in Wembley Stadium. They're about to sell the rest of the seats. That's going to be really good for them. And my next question here is for you, Smokin' Jim. I don't know if you watched Dynamite last Wednesday. Toward the end of the night, the feature match was Kenny Omega against Jon Moxley in a cage match. Don Callis inserted himself in there, took a screwdriver, was supposed to go after Jon Moxley. Instead, he went after his nephew, Kenny Omega, and he stabbed him in the back. Tonight, Don Callis, I don't know if he's related to Nick. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I mean, Don Callis is supposed to make a announcement tonight as to why he did what he did last week to his own nephew. So what do you think is going to happen tonight with that? Do you think Don Callis is going to come up with a good answer? You think he's going to lie, or what do you think is the story with this?
Man, that's a great question. What do you think?
Well, I think Don Callis, he's known to stab people in the back. He stabbed Impact Wrestling in the back, Scott D'Amore and all them down there. He ended up getting fired by Tommy Dreamer because Tommy Dreamer, believe it or not, works for Anthem Sports. He's the representative that reports back to them, and he also micromanages Scott D'Amore. So Don Callis wasn't happy about that because Don Callis was assistant in creative, and he was working under Scott D'Amore, and actually they were working together in Impact for a little while, and he had Kenny Omega winning the title and doing all this stuff. Sami Callihan got fired by Don Callis, and then this happened about a year or so ago, and then Tommy Dreamer said, no, that's not going to happen. What we're going to do here is that I represent Anthem Sports now, and what's going to happen is, Don Callis, you're fired because Anthem said to fire somebody, so he hasn't been around Impact Wrestling since he's been fired. And you really haven't seen him around very much because the Elite, remember, got suspended because Tony Khan threw him under the bus, and they're still trying to work out contract arrangements, the whole Elite. You have Omega and the Young Bucks, and they may be going to the WWE because, this here thing with AEW, Tony Khan's starting to act like a jerk. And, he's selling his EVPs under the bus, and he wants to take everything over. He don't know nothing about wrestling. So that's why when he started AEW, it was Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, and all that. I heard Jericho's an EVP now. So, we're going to find out what happens. Why do you think Cody Rhodes left? He left because he got tired of Tony Khan's crap, and Tony Khan kept, sticking him in the back, and that's why he left. So I went to the WWE. But it appears he's getting the same treatment there, too. He was promised the title at WrestleMania, and then all of a sudden, they want him to continue the story. So here we are. He's fighting Brock Lesnar again and continuing the story. AEW is finishing up their final plans for their new show, which is called Collision. It'll be on Saturdays, 8 to 10 on either TNT or TBS, depending on their sports obligations with the sports that they do on there as well. Rumor has it Andrade's coming back, and who is Charlotte Flair's husband. And also there's a rumor that Miro will be part of that program. And, CM Punk is supposed to head the program. We still don't know what's going to happen with him yet. This show was created for him to keep him away from everybody else. What do you think about CM Punk?
Oh, man. It's always something, isn't it? What would you think?
Oh, yeah, with CM Punk it is, yes. And then, believe it or not, it's coming up on almost 1 year since that incident in the locker room. And, CM Punk's been sitting out that long getting paid. Tony Khan's got to be getting hit in the wallet with that. And, so, oh, by the way, everybody, I wanted you to know, if you watched Sports Corner last night, you need to watch the archive version because I'm not saying I'm always right, but I called it, didn't I, Smokin' Jim? Today, the Steelers cut Akia Witherspoon. I love it.
Man, it must have been. You just said it last night, man, and every day, party ways with him, but you right again.
Yep, I knew it was coming because, technically he was a bum last year. We talked about this off the air before we came on. All right, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Raw on Monday Night battled the Judgment Day and Imperium. Imperium had to stick their nose in it too. in this whole thing. It seems like the champs were outnumbered. I don't know who they're going to find for their partner for next week, but we'll find out when that happens. Probably Matt Riddle again. We'll find out what happens there. What do you think is going to happen next week with this triple threat or this 6-man tag?
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a war, but I know one thing. The fans are going to get their money's worth. It's going to be it's just going to be brutal, man. What do you think?
I absolutely believe it. It's going to be a brutal match because Imperium, they are brutal. I mean, but here's the thing that puzzles me. When I saw Imperium and Judgment Day on the same program, I said, you know what? I see some matchups here, and this is what's wrong with WWE's creative. They have got to start putting together some different matchups. Stop doing the same stuff all the time. I get tired of Judgment Day against Rey Mysterio and the LWO, which isn't going to really happen anymore because they're on separate brands. But what I'm saying is, after a while, it gets old, Smokin' Jim. You know that. I mean, how many times we saw Ricochet and Braun Strowman fight, the Viking Raiders in 10 matches over the last 2 months. You see what I'm saying? They got to start creating some different matchups here and some different rivalries. I would like to see Viking Raiders and Valhalla in a match against two of the Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley. Something like that. You see what I mean? That would be an interesting setup there. How about that? I mean, I just get tired of the same old matchups all the time and the same old, Judgment Day wins every week. Solo Sikoa wins every match. Do something different. Do something to make things a little bit better. I will admit, though, there was a lot more wrestling on Monday than talking because usually there's a ton of talking on Monday Night Raw, and it wasn't there. You see what I'm saying? So, other than Roman Reigns spent about 10 or 15 minutes going on and on about, stuff with the Usos and the Bloodline. But what I'm saying, other than that, there really wasn't a whole lot of talking. There was a lot of wrestling Monday night, and I was quite impressed with that. What do you think?
Well, again, I'm in the minority because there's nothing that the WWE does that, bores me. I like seeing the same old. I like seeing something new. I'm just a huge fan. I enjoy it. I enjoy when the same people win all the time because, the Globetrotters are supposed to win. They're the best. And I also like when the belt is exchanged a bunch of times. So, there's nothing that they do that has bored me or I'm tired of seeing. Even Roman Reigns, when he comes out every now and again and very rarely defends the belt, I enjoy his conversation and his thought. It surprised me this week when we went and him and Solo is going to do a tag team thing because he's not a tag team guy. So I'm interested to seeing that. I was shocked to see Ronda Rousey come out. And,
Shayna Baszler, yeah, that was, yeah. I thought it was the end of the the women's tag team champs there for a minute because Liv Morgan's already injured, and they had to have a singles match because she's hurt and is not, cleared to wrestle. So when I
thought the one girl wrestled real well.
Oh yeah. Raquel Rodriguez did real well.
Yes.
Chelsea.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I thought Chelsea Green did well.
Yeah. Chelsea Green.
I thought she was going to get smoked. Yeah, she got some good moves.
Well, Chelsea Green was Impact Ladies Champion at one point. Her and her husband, Matt Cardona, were in the same wrestling organizations together. Matt Cardona switches between NWA, AEW, and also Impact. He's like on all three of them. He just kind of floats around. From what I understand, he's trying to come back, but the thing is, WWE wants him to come back as Zack Ryder of the Long Island IC. He don't want to do that. He wants to come back as his real name, Matt Cardona. So we're going to find out where that goes as well with the with the WWE and Matt Cardona. Chelsea Green is his wife, and she's been involved in the WWE here now for months now. and really hasn't done a whole lot. And so we'll see where it all goes, down the road and everything. So, but yeah, that's how that's looking. All right, next, Mustafa Ali won the number one. We just talked about that. Becky Lynch cut her promo with her match against Trish Stratus at Night of Champions. What do you think of this? I'm taking the man in this match.
I'm always for the man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know she can win it. Shinsuke Nakamura beat The Miz. I knew that was coming. Miz has been off his game since he had surgery. So I don't know if you noticed or not. He actually did get a vasectomy. He really did. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why they pick on him about his balls. Because he really did get a vasectomy. That's why he wasn't around for a while and didn't wrestle for the longest time. All right, Natalya confronted Rhea Ripley backstage. You know where that's going. Rhea Ripley's going to beat her. Dominic Mysterio defeated Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods trying to be the one-man gang here with the New Day. Of course, he's been forced into it due to injuries to Big E and Kofi Kingston. I know he tries Smokin Jim, but it's not working for Xavier Woods as a singles competitor. What do you think?
No, not at all. Then he goes and jumps on behind the stage. Basically, jumps on Dom.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I said to him, I says, something, you're going to lose. I says, no matter what happens, because nobody beats the Judgment Day, and stuff like that. So I mean, there we are with that. But yeah, there we go. He just he's just losing one after the other by himself, and I can't wait till either Kofi gets back, and both Kofi and Big E, and we can get the original New Day back in order here. And we'll see where that all goes. I think they're going to be on Raw all the time, which will be actually pretty good for them. So, yep. So let's see what happens here. We had SmackDown last Friday night. What was your thoughts on SmackDown?
Oh, it was great, man. Like you said, man, it was, 2 hours of just, just a lot of anticipation. It was just a really good night for SmackDown.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was SmackDown. Being that it's on Fox and Fox is involved in some of the producing, they pretty much have this thing about how they're going to make it. It's now the A show. Raw, their ratings are always down, and it's the B show. They've been trying to fix Raw. In fact, rumors are circulating now they're going to make SmackDown 3 hours and cut Raw down to 2, because Raw just it's not making it, and they're going to try to do a couple different things to tinker with it, but we'll see what what goes on with all that. So AJ Styles defeated Edge. I actually thought Edge was going to make it because he's trying to do one more, I guess, championship before he officially retires. His contract's up in the middle of this year. Maybe I think around July or something like that. So we're going to find out where that goes. But AJ won. AJ goes up against Seth Rollins at Night of Champions. That's going to be a classic match. What do you think of that one?
I was shocked. that AJ beat Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah.
Although Bobby Lashley was in a tough fight the same night. I think I'm going with Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, AJ Styles beat him and Bobby Lashley. Bobby beat Austin Theory and Sheamus. I actually thought, and again, I'm starting to become an Austin Theory fan, I actually thought Austin Theory was going to win that match. I mean,
I me too. I really did.
I was really surprised when Lashley won that match because, you and I were on the A-Town Down train, and stuff like that. So...
Well, backfired on him right at the beginning. Since the bell rang, he got out of the ring. He was going to let them fight it out. But Sheamus and Lashley came out the ring.
I remember when Miz would always do that at the Royal Rumble. That's right. He would stay outside and wait until he, pick a spot and come in, and and it always backfired on him too. Cameron Grimes came up from NXT. he defeated Baron Corbin. I don't think no matter what you do to Baron Corbin or how much money you pay him or who you have as his manager, he just can't seem to do it. What do you think?
When he's in a slump, he's like a baseball player. When he's in a slump, he's in a bad slump, and when he's hot. But the man was at a quick 10. Man, that was one of the quickest 10s I've ever seen. It lasts about 3 seconds.
3 seconds, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez defeated Damage Control. This is where Liv Morgan got hurt. No one knows the extent of the injury. It's not being reported. But Damage Control had Bayley and Dakota Kai. Bayley actually stepped in trying to get her hands dirty. She said she got the advice from Roman Reigns because Roman told her, do what I'm doing. I'm stepping up to go after the men's tag team belts. Why don't you do that? So, so she got involved in the match. Only difference is the tag team champs won the match. And Bayley and, Dakota Kai did lose that match. The Brawling Brutes had a verbal altercation with the Pretty Deadly. Brawling Brutes better be careful. Pretty Deadly's a decent team. They beat the New Day down in NXT, and they've been the tag team champions down there a few different times. What do you think of Pretty Deadly?
I don't really have to try and be rude, man, but it's a natural rivalry with the Brawling Brutes.
Yeah, I know. I like the Brawling Brutes. I do. I like them and Sheamus, man. I think they're hilarious, especially Pete Dunne. I mean, he's Butch, and I heard he's going back to his real name real soon too. So he's still going to be part of the Brawling Brutes, but he's going back to his real name. So Asuka spat stinging mace in Belair's face. How about that one, huh? You think there's going to be a match between Asuka and Belair again?
It has to be after she spit the face in her hometown, man. It's going to have to be.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the trade to happen. We're supposed to switch belts around here because, Belair's in SmackDown and Rhea Ripley got drafted to Raw with the Judgment Day. So they're supposed to be, the belt switch is supposed to be coming up real soon. And they're supposed to be splitting up the tag team belts. Raw and SmackDown are each going to have their own. I don't know how they're going to do that or what's going to happen with that as well. And but we'll find out what goes on there. And then AJ Styles defeated Lashley in a pinfall to win to have the right to go and had the right to go and fight Seth Rollins at Night of Champions for the new belt. Brawling Brutes, Butch and Ridge Holland took on Pretty Deadly. They will take on them on Friday of next week. That's going to be a real interesting match. I can't wait to see what Pretty Deadly's going to do. Also, that one guy that just came up that, what is his name? He was in the Battle Royal, BJ McConnell or Magoo or whatever his name is there. He just came up from NXT. He beat the crap out of Dolph Ziggler. Well, rumors are going around. He's the new, going to be the new member of Judgment Day. So we're going to see what happens there. Yeah, he's going to be the new member of Judgment Day. That's the rumors that are going around. But then again, I'm hearing rumors too that the Judgment Day are going to boot Finn Balor out because I hear he's been acting kind of real arrogant and all that stuff. So, I heard they're going to boot him out of the group, but we'll see what happens there as well. All right, tonight we have a couple top 10s here. The first top 10 is an AEW top 10. All right, it's top 10 wrestlers who should be AEW champion. All right, Smokin' Jim, let's get started here. Bryan Danielson, I think you'll agree with me on that one. Wheeler Yuta, who is currently the ROH Pure champion. Number 8, Darby Allin. I think Darby Allin should be the champ one way or another. Eddie Kingston at number 7. I think that number 6, Eddie Kingston's hurt right now. Swerve Strickland at number 6. He's teamed up now with that Embassy group, and he's got his guys are hurt, so he teamed himself up now with the Embassy group, but it doesn't matter. Keith Lee and Dustin Rhodes are teaming up, and they've gone up against them, and they're beating the crap out of all of them. So, good news for them. Jungle Boy, I've been saying about Jungle Boy, Jack Perry should be a champ at number 5. Number 4, Will Ospreay. I've seen him wrestle. Number 3, Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks, he tries to climb his way up, and then all of a sudden he takes a downturn and then comes back again. He's what they call a 500 wrestler. All right. Number 2, Wardlow. And, of course, Wardlow just won his belt back, and now he has Arn Anderson as his manager. What do you think of that?
Oh, man, that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam Cole, number 1. Adam Cole, who should be the AEW champion. There's your top 10 for that. We have another top 10. The top 10 wrestlers who were asked to drop the title in different wrestling companies. Number 10, Daniel Bryan, the WWE title. Number 9, Bret the Hitman Hart. Yeah, Bret the Hitman Hart, the WCW championship when he was in WCW. Number 8, Becky Lynch, WWE women's title. Ricky Steamboat, number 7, was asked to drop the Intercontinental Championship at one time. Tommy Dreamer, the ECW title. Number 5, Bruno Sammartino, the WWF title. And number 4, Ric Flair, the NWA title. CM Punk, the ROH World title. Number 2, Shawn Michaels, the WWE champion. And then Eddie Guerrero, number 1 WWE championship, who was asked to drop the title. So there you are, Smokin' Jim, our 2 top 10s tonight. And tomorrow night, I have a real nice, interesting top 10 you're going to love tomorrow night. So on our Wrestle Sports Talk tomorrow night on Blog Talk Radio 347-205-9631. It's the show that's sweeping the nation, man. We have a ton of listeners every single Thursday night, a bunch of them from 412 area code, which is a great thing, and everything else. Smokin' Jim, man, this show's gone quickly tonight, man. We're already on the last segment of the night, the Where Are They Now segment, but I got a bunch of stuff for tomorrow, too, so you have to listen in tomorrow for some other stuff that I have going on. All right, tonight, our Where Are They Now segment is going to be Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Diesel as well, he was known as. He's currently 63 years old, born in 1959, height 6'10". His spouse is Tamara Nash, and they've been married since 1988. Weighed 295 pounds. Get this, he went to the University of Tennessee. He has a degree at the University of Tennessee. Isn't that interesting, huh? So there we are with Kevin, part of Kevin Nash's story there. Hang on one second here, and we will move on. All right, his real name is Kevin Scott Nash, and I said he was born in 1959. He is also he's been an actor in a few movies, played in The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler, and he's been in some other movies as well. He also has been in WCW, TNA, and WWE is where he's best known from. He also had one child. He had a son who just passed away, died of suicide not too long ago, a few months back. He's gone under the ring names of Chet Lemon. I remember when he was Chet Lemon. Oh, my gosh. Diesel, Dr. X, Great Oz, Kevin Nash, and Master Blaster Steel, Oz, and Vinny Vegas. I remember when he was in WCW and he first got in there back years ago, he was called Vinny Vegas. So, his build height is 6'10". His build weight now is at 328. He's from Detroit, Michigan. And also the Emerald City and North Scottsdale, Arizona, but really his real hometown is Detroit, Michigan. He debuted in September 5, 1990. He retired in 2020. So he was in the United States Army. He served in the Army from 1981 to 1983. He was a specialist in the 202 military police company. So he was a military police officer there, Smokin' Jim. And he gained exposure in the professional wrestling industry by performing for the WCW from 1990 to 1993 under multiple ring names. In 1993, he signed with the World Wrestling Federation, now the WWE, under the name Diesel, nicknamed Big Daddy Cole. While performing as Diesel, he achieved status of top star in the company, winning the WWF World, Intercontinental, and Tag Team Championships. He's a Triple Crown champion in the WWF. His 358-day reign as WWF champion is the longest in the 90s, While in the WWF, Nash was part of the Clique, an influential backstage group that included Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Scott Hall, and Sean Waltman. Nash left the WWF, returned to WCW in 1996 as part of the NWO, where he formed in his real name, partnering up with Scott Hall as the Outsiders, and one of the founders of the New World Order, along with Hulk Hogan, who reinvented himself as a heel. As an NWA storyline, he became one of the most prominent of Monday Night Wars. Nash maintained his status as a top star, winning the WCW World Championship 5 times, WCW World Tag Team Championship 9 times. After WWE went out of business, Nash returned to the WWE in 2002, where he briefly reformed the NWA, feuded with Triple H over the World Heavyweight Championship. He then performed in TNA for 7 years, and he held the Legends and Tag Team Championships once each in 2011. Nash returned to WWE under a Legends contract, and he continues to make sporadic appearances for the promotion. During his in-ring career, Nash won 20 major championships, including 6 world championships, 12 world tag team belts. Furthermore, he was a 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, as he was inducted individually in the class of 2015 and 2020 as a member of the NWO, alongside Hulk Hogan, Sean Waltman, and Scott Hall. He headlined numerous pay-per-view events, WCW, WWF, WWE, TNA, including WCW's flagship event, Starrcade, where he ended Bill Goldberg's undefeated streak of 173 wins in 1998. There's the Where Are They Now? Kevin Nash. What's your thoughts on Kevin Nash?
Oh, man, that was excellent. Good job, bro. Man, a lot of information.
Thank you.
Well, was he really 6'10"?
Yeah, he's really 6'10", yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really 6'10". Now, he was on a couple podcasts I saw. He's still taking it kind of hard. His son died about 6 months ago, died of suicide. I think he was only like in his 30s or something like that. So, and that was his only child. So, I mean, to lose your only child is worse than, losing a child, if you got 6 or 10 kids or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not that losing any kind of child is a good thing, but what I'm saying is that, the only child on top of all that. So don't forget, later on tonight, 10:30, the Sports Web on YouTube. Peter Blake, myself, Mark Mancini, Turnbuckle Talk. Don't forget about that tonight. It's the show sweeping the country and around the world, all over the Florida area and everywhere else, man. We're making it big, the three of us. Smokin' Jim, one day we got to get you on the show. It's 10:30, the Turnbuckle Talk. So Eric said that Kevin Nash was in the main event Mafia with Kurt Angle. Yes, I did forget about that, Eric. Thank you for reminding me. He was also in the main event Mafia with Booker T and all them guys, and Kurt Angle and Sting, and when they had the first main event Mafia, and then they came back with the second one to go up against Aces and Eights. And that was before Impact went down the toilet a little bit there under Dixie Carter. So, But anyway, also, Smokin', I wanted to let you know that for the rest of the month of May, we're going to be having discussions about the rise and fall of WCW on our show on Thursdays. So I just wanted to let everyone know that. I think you'll find that very interesting, as we're going to have discussions about the rise and fall of WCW. Why did it fall? It rose, and then it fell. I mean, at one point, they were number one in the ratings. They were beating WWE, and then WWE switched to the Attitude Era. And as soon as they switched to that, they took the ratings back. WCW went down the toilet, WWE bought them, and here we are. No WCW, but AEW's coming around. Impact's hanging in there. MW's there, NWA, and now they got this Memphis Wrestling with Car Shield. And remember the Ascension? Remember them, Smokin' Jim?
Yeah.
Well, they're on Memphis Wrestling. So, and they're also part of NWA, too. So I just want to let you know that. The Ascension. Wow. So they're back, and they're wrestling in the independent circuit right now. So I hope, and also with NWA. Also, everybody was asking this question real quick, Smokin' Jim, and I forgot to bring this up. Why Braun Breaker wasn't brought up for the NXT draft? Well, when he fought Carmelo Hayes and he lost his belt, he decided to become a heel. So now they're keeping him down there so he can finish up his heel turn, and they're eventually going to bring him up at a later date. So I want to let you know about everyone know about Braun Breaker. All right, so which is Rick Steiner's son. So I just want to let you know that as well. Any final thoughts for you tonight, Smokin' Jim?
Well, Braun Breaker at one time was a heck of a running back, man. He was fast too.
Oh, really? Oh, was he really? I didn't know he could run the ball.
And I tell you what, man, I'm glad that you said that because I was wondering why he wasn't brought up, man, because the guy got star appeal written all over him, but it makes sense now.
Yeah, they're going to let him stay down there. Apollo Crews is back up. If you notice Monday night, they were doing all these little tidbits about Seth Rollins, Apollo Crews, and all these other guys. What do you think about Apollo Crews? You think his stint in NXT helped him out a little bit, and now he's back up? You think he's a better wrestler, a better, competitor?
His body's starting to fall apart. You can see it with his physique. He don't have quite the muscle mass that he had before. He looked like he's losing size in his legs. So it's just a matter of time. He's on the other side of the mountain now, man. So it's all downhill for him now. Maybe he can squeeze out another year and a half. But
right,
yeah, his body's starting to deplete.
Right. Oh, yeah, it is. I noticed that too. He used to be real big, and now I notice his mass has gone down, and like you said, his leg strength looks like it's gone down. He don't have Commander Aziz with him anymore. Commander Aziz. There's a guy too. WWE just don't seem to know what to do with him, Smokin' Jim. You know what I'm saying about Commander Aziz? But anyway, yeah, that was the big joke there, Commander Aziz. So, tough. WWE can be tough sometime. And Tira Kizawa, he's so lost. He looks like a blind man in a silent movie theater. I mean, running all over the place and don't have a match or don't know what he's doing. He misses the 24/7 title. That's what it is. So, R-Truth's going to go to the Hall of Fame. He's going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame as the only one to ever hold that title 35 times and lose it. Wow. Yeah, he has. Wow. But I don't miss it. I think that 24/7 champion was a bunch of joke. I'd rather than bring back the hardcore title or have a TV title rather than have that thing.
Well, I like that one sexy girl that had it for a while, the blonde. Man.
Oh, Dana Brooke.
Yeah. Is she on Raw now?
Yeah, she's on Raw. She's still can't wrestle. She's a good tag team wrestler when she's got somebody else carrying the weight, but she's terrible as a singles competitor. She loses all the time. So you got to have somebody like that all the time. How about Nikki Cross there? Oh my gosh, she looks like she's in another world. Oh my,
Yeah, she's crazy. She's crazy.
With Candice LeRae, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. So Candice LeRae's with married to Johnny Gargano. They just had a child. And Dexter Lumis, they don't know what to do with him. He never wrestles. He don't even talk. So, I mean, but we'll see where that goes. Roderick Strong, he went to AEW from NXT. He's there with Adam Cole now. So, we'll see where that goes with him. And so we're going to find out what happens with MJF. Double or Nothing's coming up real soon. We're going to find out what happens with him. He's in a triple threat match now with Darby Allin and it's a fatal four-way. They got Jungle Boy involved in that match and Sammy Guevara. So it's going to be a big-time problem here, with this fatal four-way. He might lose his belt, MJF, but I highly doubt it. They're going to let him ride it out till the end of the year. His contract runs out at the end of the year. He's going to come to the WWE. He's already said it. He keeps making statements about that in 2024. What do you think of MJF?
Oh, man. I tell you, man. It's always something, man.
Oh, I know.
What you think?
Oh, yeah, it is. It is always something, with him. So he's always sticking his foot in his mouth, but he always manages to back it up, too. So there's a difference there, you know what I mean? So, All right, Smokin' Jim, it's time for the end of the evening here. Thanks for being on the program. As always, thank you all for watching tonight. Don't forget tomorrow night, Smokin' Jim Frazier, myself, Mark Mancini, Blog Talk Radio, 347-205-9631. More wrestling talk, sports as well. And also Friday, don't forget, Saturday morning at 9:30, or I'm sorry, tomorrow is 5 p.m. Next Friday, we will not be on the External Bum. It'll be on Saturday morning. But tomorrow, Friday, 5 p.m., the External Bum podcast, myself, Avi Greenwald. Smokin' Jim, we got to get you on there one of these days as well on the External Bum. You can come on with some bums you want to talk about. So, and I'm sure you know a lot of them. So, but anyway, thanks for being on the show, Smokin' Jim. I'll talk with you tomorrow night on Blog Talk Radio. And also don't forget Saturday at 5 p.m. Sports Corner, myself, Smokin' Jim Frazier. If PCTV has it on, because this weekend the whole station was down for the whole weekend. So yeah, it was crazy. I went to go watch this on TV and I couldn't. So, but all I had was those color squiggly lines. That was it. So, I'm going to leave the remainder of my comments to myself about that, Smokin' Jim. So we'll go from there. So, all right, everybody, have a great night. Once again, Eric, thank you for your comments, and thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night, and please be safe.